Okay, graphic design. Let's talk about your second to last project, and that's the mural design for the MSJ Technology Lab. So, the guidelines are that you want to come up with a mission or intention for your mural. And kind of similar to your author's choice or author's purpose in writing, you can either think of telling a story, which is kind of like informing. You can think about inspiring, which is kind of like persuading. And then you can also think about decorating, which is kind of just like entertainment. So a mural can obviously do all three, but you want to have one priority when you come up with your mission for your mural. Pick one. So some examples are, if you're going to do the tell a story mission, like what will your proposal tell the story of? Like what happens in that room? And then what do students learn? Is it about coding, computer literacy? Hopefully they bond as a class. But what's the story of that space? Or it could be the story of technology. And you can think about what will inspire. So will your mission in your mural talk about females in technology? Will it talk about the evolution of digital technology? Or about jobs in the field? Or like what good things tech can do? And lastly is decorate. And you want to think then about making a beautiful design that has a tech look, mood, or feel to it. And what does it mean to have a digital look? So what makes a design pleasing? So those are your general guidelines. And when you have your mission, once you have that, then go ahead and let that dictate your imagery and your color scheme and your mood. Now, really, imagery plus color scheme kind of usually equals your mood, but you want to make sure that they're all jiving together. And as far as your color scheme goes, you want to keep it to 10 or less, because if this has to get painted, 10 is a lot of colors to mix. And hopefully we'll find out soon if we have the budget for a vinyl sticker or for painting. So a couple of additional guidelines. I believe the size is 36 inches by 144 inches, so make that your artboard size. And if I have to adjust those numbers, I'll let you know on Monday. And you want to think about all the major components should be on their own layer. So its background should be its own layer, text, imagery, etc. Every time you have a major element, let that be its own layer in your design. And then lastly, if any of you guys want to collaborate together on this project, you're more than welcome to, because we don't have to have 9 unique proposals. You're welcome to have a collaboration happen. Okay, so let's just look at a couple different examples of murals. So this is kind of a good one for telling a story. This is using imagery and text, and it has a nice cohesive look to it. It has a background that's made up of these initials, and then again it tells you a little story of what happens. And then this tells you a story of student life, kind of in a different format. It's less about text and more about imagery and about progression. It's telling you a story that starts here and ends over on the right. This is storytelling with practically no words. So definitely a similar feel as you move throughout the artwork. The colors do change quite a bit, and that I think is helping it kind of keep pretty lively. Here we have another text involved, and this is, again, it's telling a story of science. It'd be easy to do something along the lines of this with technology. And this is a really cool font, too. That's kind of a more vague story, but still has a beginning, middle, and end as you look to the left to right. So then also you can think about things that inspire and what that might look like to you, and how you might combine more of a this is a nice pixelated look, which is kind of interesting for technology. The background also has a fun little graphics to it. This is just words, so you can definitely make something that's just about text look very interesting. This is another one that's text heavy. This is actually taken from Stephen Powers' Love Letters to Philadelphia. It's a mural project that he did in Philadelphia, and you can see it as you ride the L, which is really nice. But just kind of playing around with text. And then things that just decorate. There's nothing wrong with things that just decorate. So this is a funny little mural that has another digital feel to it. And it might be telling a story, but it's telling, at the very least, an invented story that's a little more entertaining than informative. And this is very simple. So you had complex, simple. They both can work for different reasons. This one has another very graphic feel, but just really about decoration still. And then since you guys did some polygons, Figured you'd like to see some of those when they're just decorative and not really relaying a specific image. So that's a couple reference images and also the guidelines. Really looking forward to seeing what you guys do with this, but I do think we should maybe talk this one through as you decide and as you make your ideas, because this is a bit of a complex project. So let me know what questions you have, and I look forward to seeing what you make.